It lies more than 2 miles below the cold North Atlantic surface, in water so dark and forbidding that it took 73 years just to find the wreckage. Just part of what makes the Titanic so captivating to so many people.
Titanic certainly wasn't the only disaster we've had in this world, but there's something very special about the ship. There's an enduring lure about it.
A lure so intense that the cost of venturing down to see the Titanic doesn't stop those with means. Ocean Gate Expeditions, the company that operates the missing Titan submersible, once posted on its website that costs start at $250,000 per person for one trip to the sunken ocean liner.
Yeah, $250,000 per person, and that's steep, but guess what? Sold out. It shows you how tied to that ship and the story of Titanic is for some people.
Part of the Titanic mystique, according to historians, the fact that it was considered unsinkable when it set sail from Southampton, England, on its maiden voyage on April 10, 1912, with more than 2,200 people on board, including some of the world's richest and most glamorous.
John Jacob Astor was certainly the richest person in the United States at the time, possibly the richest on board, and yet his riches didn't do much for him. He went down with the ship.
More than 1,500 people perished after the ship struck an iceberg and sank on April 15th, still the deadliest peacetime sinking of an ocean liner or cruise ship. Several books and movies depicted the disaster.
I'm flying! Jack!
But hardly anything fired our enchantment like the Oscar-winning 1997 epic Titanic, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet.
We have to stay on the ship as long as possible. Come on!
It was earth-shattering. I mean, people wanted to get more and more information about the Titanic. And with that, people wanted to get closer to the Titanic. They just had to be there. They just had to see it.
Director James Cameron, in an interview with CNN's Larry King at the time of the movie's release, said the utter shock of the sinking was a big part of its historical significance.
The passengers were in denial, the crew were in denial. They just couldn't believe that this great edifice, this thing that was city blocks in length, could possibly sink. This called into question the entire ego of civilization.
Oceanographer David Gallo, who works to preserve the Titanic, says that task is getting more challenging now. He says between the tourist expeditions and the expanding commercial ship traffic sailing right above the Titanic, there's a growing amount of trash at the site right now, and he says several countries are now involved in trying to protect it.